Hello everyone, it's Moon. I'm doing a no-buy for 2022. In this video, I'm going to explain why I'm doing this, as well as what my rules are, because in terms of some of the no-buys that I've seen online, mine is slightly modified. This will be a year-long project and will encompass multiple facets of my life, so if that kind of content sounds good to you and you are interested in following along on this journey with me, please consider subscribing. It would mean so much to me. So why am I doing this? It boils down to three reasons, the first of which is quite scandalous compared to the other two being a bit more straightforward. So the first reason is that I both want and I believe need to rewrite the rules of my relationship when it comes to shopping. Don't get me wrong, I don't go into debt from shopping. I live within my means. However, recently I have noticed myself exhibiting shopping behavior that I believe could potentially be damaging should I allow myself to head further on down that slippery slope. The feelings that I have now when it comes to my shopping habits, I would not consider extreme, but I do want to curb them now. The reason for this timing is because of one of my other reasons, which I'll get to in a moment, but it's my move. For the last 12 years of my life, I have lived in major US cities. Where I'm moving, the town that I am moving to, will be adjacent to a small metropolis, but it will be nothing like what I'm used to. And the reason that I'm telling you this is because I know myself well enough to know my insecurities, so I can see a future version of myself that begins spending more than she should because she wants to feel like she's part of a faster-paced lifestyle. I will go through this time of insecurity once I move. I can feel it within myself already. And since lately I have been a lot more casual with myself and my unnecessary spending, I can very well see myself using these new shopping habits to distract myself from the aforementioned issues that quite frankly, I need to work on. I don't want to be a person who shops to distract myself from personal growth. I can see the early stages of that within myself should I continue with my habits. So reason number 2 is the move I just told you about. I'm moving cross country at the end of February, and in my experience, no matter how you cut it, moving is always more expensive than you think it's going to be. Regardless of how prepared you are, how well you have budgeted, and how much you have budgeted, it seems that something always comes up that you couldn't have accounted for. And then there's the part after you move where you get settled in, adjust to a new cost of living, adjust to a new income, adjust to a new lifestyle. And personally, I cannot make room in my budget for fair weather fancies while I am in the throes of such a major life transition. It feels irresponsible. And the last and final reason is very simple, it's debt. Over the last few years, I have been slowly but surely paying off all my debts while following Dave Ramsey's Guide to Financial Peace, I believe that's what it's called. And I currently have one debt left. It sits at about $16,500 and it's a car loan. So if I'm gonna pay this debt off this year, I need to be laser focused because I don't make a ton of money. $16,000 is a lot to me. And since it has become recently my only remaining debt, it has very much so ignited a fire within me, making me even more determined to pay it off than I was before. So now let's discuss the rules and categories of my no-buy year. Okay, so firstly, the rules. My no-buy is going to last for the entire year of 2022, and I will have quarterly refreshes to better suit my life's needs as the year progresses. For example, homewares is going to be a full-on no-spend category for the first quarter of 2022. However, in the second quarter, I will be moving into a new home and I'm going to need to buy some things for my home. So in the second quarter, I will then allot a small budget for necessary homewares and adjust it once more in the third quarter. So for example, homewares will go from a no-spend category to a low-spend category, no-buy to low-buy. So categories are going to be subject to change based off of needs, not wants. I am not allowed to take it off the no spend category when the quarter changes because I want it. I have to need it. For example, I will not need to take makeup off of the no spend category this year, so I won't. But there will be other categories in which I need to spend my money on at certain times throughout the year, and I will in that case allot a small curated budget for those categories. The second rule is that I am allowed to replace items as they run out so long as I don't have anything that serves the same purpose. For example, if my moisturizer runs out, I don't have any other moisturizers, I can go buy a new one. If, however, my favorite moisturizer runs out and I have others kicking around that I don't really care to use, I have to use those up first before I go buy my favorite one again. I am allowed to buy gifts for other people. I am allowed to receive gifts. If I receive any gift cards, I am not allowed to use them to break my no-buy, although I am allowed to use them for replacement items. I am allowed to spend money on experiences. This is not a category that I feel like I need to look out for or curb my spending in. And in fact, the way that I use my money on experiences, I feel is really beneficial to my overall health and well-being. I am allowed to purchase clothing, shoes, and accessories as I see fit from my wardrobe sinking fund throughout the year. In this case, I would consider myself to be on a low buy because I do set a very strict annual budget for the amount of money that I spend on clothing, shoes, and accessories. I do not spend a lot of money in this category. To be frank, I probably should spend more money in this category. So in the interest of not restricting myself for no reason, that will not be included in any no-spend categories throughout the year, although I would consider it to be a low-buy category. When I was thinking about this today, I realized I hadn't included services at all. And I think that's because I literally spend almost no money on services. I don't spend any money on getting my hair done, dyed, my eyebrows, facials, getting my nails done, anything like that. I've gotten a massage, I think, like twice in the last 12 years. And actually, I want to get more massages this year. I would like to get at least 2 massages. I'm probably not going to get more than that, to be honest with you. But I have found, especially as a waiter, I'm a server in a restaurant, if you didn't know that, it's incredibly beneficial to my body and spirit to occasionally get a massage. If you are a server or if you work on your feet or if you have a physical job, allow this to be a short PSA from me to you. Go get a massage. Like, truly take care of your body. How you use it at your job is insane and you need to take care of yourself. Go do it, please. So yes, I may get a couple of massages this year, but I'm sure those are the only services that I will get. So let's just go ahead and say that services are included for the first quarter of my no-buy year. So I have listed out all of the categories that I will be including for the entire year. So a few of these will be modified into a low-buy later on in the year with a small budget, but most of these categories will remain strictly in the no-spend category for the entire year of 2022. So firstly, I'm going to list the year-long no-spend categories, and then I will list the first quarter categories. So for the entire year of 2022, I will not be purchasing makeup, skincare, hair care, nail care, perfume, and jewelry. And for the first quarter of the year, I will not be purchasing any items that facilitate hobbies. This includes books, crochet stuff, painting supplies, stationery, etc. I will only be allowed to use what I already have in order to do my hobbies. That's for the first quarter. The second item is homewares. The next category is any dining out that is not considered special. This means no late night fast food, no we're bored, let's go grab a bite to eat, nothing like that. Only meals that are considered special. Our last meal at our favorite spot in LA before we move, a celebratory meal with our family once we move. Those kinds of things are allowed, and the reason that category is what it is truly because of our move. So that covers the rules and regulations of my Know by Year. I'm going to be doing monthly check-ins at the end of every month to discuss my thoughts and feelings about how it's going, as well as I mentioned before, do a quarterly refresh for my categories. I don't think I can know what the lessons are that I'm going to learn from this, but I do know that however mysterious they are clearly needed for me right now when it comes to my recent shopping behavior and what I need to work on within myself. So that's it for me today. Thank you for spending some time with me. I hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that you want to follow me along on this journey to see what kind of lessons we can learn when we exercise some discipline. Anywho, I hope to see you guys all again very soon, and until then, bye you guys.